We are in uncharted territory now, boys. A situation we've never been put in on week 1 of Ultimate Team in the history of Ultimate Team. But I've got a plan. I've got an idea that can take us from rags to riches in just a few days, and it's actually very, very safe. But we need to do 2 things first. First, we need to sell our team, and second, we've got to evolve our players. Evolve our Pokemon.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu!
It's Clefairy!
If you're looking for cheap and safe EAFC 24 coins, look no further than u4gm.com and use my code ELYT, ELYYT, for 5% off at checkout. Gravenbirch is now up to a level 2 and an 82, so let's claim that evolution and boost his card. This is important to get him to his highest rating because I need untradeable cards in my team that are usable and good so that I can go out and I can sell the ones that are tradable because we're gonna need some coins for the investments we make today. But before we do that, we have a big pack to open, 85 plus times 2. If we get something good out of this that can go into our team, that can help replace these tradable cards a ton. Give me something absolutely massive. Goalkeeper from Germany. It's Trap. I think that's 86 rated. Is he 86? Oh my God, he's only 85. I didn't even get a walkout, so that means there's 2 85s. What's the other one? Is he good? It's 2 goalkeeper 85. Are you kidding me? The cards we invested in the first couple episodes have been skyrocketing. First up, we have Tonali, who has not only gone up, but he has now doubled in price from what we got him for. Absolutely incredible investment. If you guys have made any coins so far in this series, do not forget to drop a like. We're shooting for 750 likes on episode 4 today. Let's see if we can hit it. But as we said, Tonali has gone up. But the one thing that worries me, and it's gonna be hard to see because of this huge peak that he had on the first day, is the fact that once they started rising from 70,000 coins all the way up to 140K, is that in the last 24 hours, and actually a little bit more than that now, he's been staying at 140K, maybe dropping 1 or 2,000 coins. He's plateaued. And if we take a look at Marcos Llorente, he's kind of done the same thing. The question arises, are these cards done going up? And there's a lot of factors that play into it. First, we've got ourselves the new Road to the Knockouts promo coming out on Friday. With a new promo, we're going to see promo packs, and we're going to see new cards that will maybe take some of the eyes off of these meta cards and put more focus on investments in those cards. It's gonna be a lot of fun to trade with. Road to the Knockouts is a dynamic promo, which means that these cards can get upgraded based on their performances in Champions League, and so they're gonna be making us a lot of coins. But it might have an impact on the cards that are already existing in the game. Factor number 2, on Friday, the standard edition is released into the game. That means we're going to see a huge influx of players joining, a huge influx of players opening packs. Then factor number 3, these cards are plateauing, and last year when they started plateauing, that was their peak, and they never got above that again unless they ended up being super meta with what worked in the game that year. So players like Erling Haaland continued to go up, but players like Virgil van Dijk didn't. So those are all factors that obviously play against us holding on to cards. It makes you want to sell. And I am gonna sell some cards today. But are these cards going to drop? Are they done rising? In my opinion, I don't think they are. I think they are going to continue to go up over the next couple of days because there's one factor that has never happened before in Ultimate Team on week number 1 that's coming into play. And that is the fact that FUT Champions will start on Friday. It is this weekend in which FUT Champion will begin, and that's going to obviously have a huge impact on the meta market. Players that are competing in FUT Champs or trying to qualify for FUT Champs are going to be buying all their meta cards to fit into their team so that they can compete at the highest level. And so that's going to keep these cards in demand. So it's time to say goodbye temporarily to Marcos Llorente, to Diani, and to Tonali, who I'm selling off to get some coins onto the account to make this next investment. I'll be holding on to João Cancelo and all 4 of my Kolo Muanis because they might get into Team of the Week, and so that gives them a little bit more chance of going up throughout the midweek. It's time to look at SBC Fodder cards, and SBC Fodder is a little bit higher right now than what it has been in previous years at this stage of the game, because the De Bruyne SBC, decent value, James Maddison, pretty good value, but then you're also getting a lot of cards out of objectives and all of these accessible 83 plus times 2s that are giving people fodder, and it's kind of forcing them to go out and do an SBC with the fodder. And inevitably, they're going to have to buy a couple cards to finish that SBC. And with that being said, we're seeing a little bit more of an inflation on these cards, but we've got 1.6 thousand coins for 84 rated, and we're going to work our way up. So looking at it last year, I'm using Dusan Tadic as an example. We can see that Dusan Tadic on the midweek, so we are right about here, he was 1.2 thousand coins last year. This year, we're looking at 1.6K. So a little bit more expensive, but not by too much. What did he do over the course of the next few days? He went from 1.2 to about 2,000 coins. And it took him until the weekend. Friday and Saturday are when he hit 2,000 coins. He kind of held that value and actually rose up to 2.3 a little bit later. But we're looking at that initial rise between Wednesday and Saturday, and you're looking at a pretty big increase. You might just say, oh, it's only 800 coins, but think of it this way. If a card rose from 120,000 coins to 207,000 coins, then you're looking at a huge amount of profit. So you can buy these cards in bulk, even if you have a high budget. Now let's go ahead and look at 85 rated, which are 4.2 to 4.3 thousand coins at their cheapest right now. And Sergio Busquets can illustrate that for last year. His card on Wednesday was 3.2 thousand coins. So significantly cheaper than what we have, 4.2 versus 3.2. So this card doubled and then some on just a week and a half rise. So fodder is definitely about to go up. 86 rated cards are looking at about 8.4 thousand coins, 8.5 thousand coins we'll call it. And Parejo is actually a cheap card this year as well. And he's going to be the example we use for last year because the card is pretty much exactly the same. So he was about 5.3 thousand coins on Tuesday, Wednesday last year, and then he rose from 5.3 into the weekend where he hit 10,000 coins. So he doubled in price. But we also have to consider he's 8,000 coins now, not 5,000 coins. So is that card still going to double, or are we looking at a rise from 8K to 10K rather than 5K to 10K, which is what we saw last year? Very valid question, and it really just depends on the SBCs that EA will bring us on the weekend. I'm expecting at least one player SBC. I'm expecting them to drop some other league SBCs for player of the month because we already got Premier League. I'd assume they're going to bring other August player of the month in the coming days. The longer you hold, the better. If you waited until the second week of October, you're looking at a card that went from 5K all the way to 18,000 coins. There's going to be a lot of other cards that you can actively trade with, so I would suggest putting some of your coins into fodder and then keeping some of it liquid to actively trade with and invest in other cards throughout the coming days. Then we're looking at 87 rated cards, which are now 12K. So we're starting to get a little bit more expensive now. And if we look at 87 rated cards from last year, they were much cheaper, about 7.5 thousand coins instead of 12,000 coins. Now this card rose up to about 10 to 12K on the weekend. And then it was the next week where he got up to 17K. So looking at 87 rated cards right now, they don't look the most appealing to me, just because the rise last year wasn't as significant. That doesn't mean things will change this year. It was more so targeting cards like 85s and 86s and SBCs last year. There were so many SBCs that required you to submit an 85 rated player into the squad, even if the overall rating needed to be 83 or 84. So if they target a certain rating, those ratings are going to go up much more than the others. So that's something to consider, and it really comes down to luck in that regard. And one last final investment that I'm going to be making on EAFC 24 today is going to be Al Dassari. His card is only 13,000 coins right now, and taking a look at it, with good pace, decent shooting, great dribbling, 4-star, 5-star, great physicality, and the Saudi links are actually usable this year, I think it's a card that could do very, very well out of packs. So as the hype builds for him going out of packs today and then going out of packs tomorrow, I think Al-Dasari is a card to look at as an investment out of packs. And to be honest, if you wanted to put some big coins into some more of those Team of the Week cards that are more expensive, like Karchawi or Doku, as these cards are heading out of packs, they will still stay in demand, especially with Weekend League this weekend. So I think that they are brilliant pickups as well. If you made it to the very end of the video, go ahead and comment Fodder hype down below, and I'll make sure to drop a heart on every single person's comment who does so. Thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of episode number 4. Looking forward to seeing you guys in episode 5 tomorrow, and we should have another upload later today. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.